we had a warehouse. So we had to build. I mean, I was in charge of getting a model shop starting. So we had to bring everything, machines and desks and people and electricity and tons of, black drapes all over because we were going to shoot in the shop no matter what. The same thing for Dune, the same thing for Jaws, the same thing for King Kong. And for some reason, I got to make every single shop I worked in, I had to get them from start. I don't know why that happened, but thinking about it, I had to make them from scratch, from zero, getting all the tables set up and tables that are totally flat, no bump, no nothing, absolutely leveled. For everything that we do with the models, it always has to be extremely leveled because if not, you see it on the screen. Actually, we had a bunch of people working at the same time. I got Alec Gillick sculpting the shark. We already had the small shark done because he's leaning on a shark foam. We were so happy, when we did the mold, and then we shoot the latex and the foam, and that was the first one that came out. We were so happy. It was like the birth of the shark in our shop. So there I am, 27 years old, I guess, and what you see is the supports of the tunnel. So that's the beginning of it. And this is just a layout, or how are we going to make this? And what's, the length between each, and just studying how we're going to do it. And also the skins, we call them the skins for the floor. The tunnel was leaning on those posts, and they were carved into foam. But I'm pretty sure that we end up making a mold and making them in resin because we had so many, and we had to put the lights under. Yeah, we were also having a lot of fun trying to get the tunnels to align, And the little tiny octopus we had on the ribs, because we had the tunnel with the ribs. And the whale, the famous little whale, yes. Bernardo had this idea, two legs sticking to a piece of wood, and we would move them back and forth to make the people walk in the tunnel while they were shooting. Of course, this is just a long shot, right? I went to make a little trip to Florida because we were not getting my question answered. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to go and see it for real, take the pictures, and then scale it down for the shop. Bernardo Munoz, he built the control room. The control room actually had a large window. That's the window that the shark was going to bump into, right? We went across the street and we set it up on a table because of the camera, the two cameras. It was the biggest room where we knew we were going to have to lay down the whole thing and probably shoot it right there, which I don't remember if we did that. The first time we saw it all together. And I said, oh, wait, I got to take a picture because at least we see it all together. And and the scale, you can see the scale. First 6 years, I was just having a lot of fun making models. And then suddenly I was running the shop. Chuck Comiskey believed in me. And after so many years, I saw him just a few years ago, and he said, I did pick the right person to do this shop because the shop was great. And the people working in it was just like, they all stars, great people, unbelievable, genius, great creators. There we go. So I felt a little bit frustrated. I couldn't do anything on the models. I had no time to do anything on the models. By the time we were shooting, I had to put some stuff between the teeth and the lip of the shark, or I had to be in the tank because everybody's gone already, and they were shooting the shark, vomiting the chicken guts, and I hated all that, but I had to do it anyway because there was nobody else around.
And so I've been doing a whole bunch of things. But the galleon, I thought, okay, we're going to get a kit. I got the kit, but the kit is a lot of work to put a kit together, especially a boat, because I mean, the whole curve until it glues together and all that, it's tricky. And also to be interrupted all the time was almost impossible to do anything. It was very slow. So I decided I stay at night after everybody goes, I'll stay and I work on the galleon. I wanted to do at least one model. We were puppeteering those octopus. They were silicone, very heavy, very heavy. I'm holding the tentacle of the octopus, and Bob Skotek on the left, and I don't know what he's doing, but he's got a spray somehow. The little guy, the little submarine, it was like a big guy because the curve we gave it with acetate, and you know how acetate responds when it's like bended and painted on the side yellow like the rest. And I remember there was a tricky thing to do. We got really frustrated and very sad because we worked our ass off. And like on any movies, I mean, it's nothing special, but this was a little special because the creation of that shop was something special. I did create that shop to do it. And it was about the people. And each and every one of the people that I selected to work with me, they were amazing. But I could talk about who I hired, how we got the shop going and done. How did we get two cook in the kitchen? Because Bob Skotax suddenly was there next to me, like, okay, we're going to run the shop together. Ah, okay. Why not? The whole family we created. Oh, I know a whole bunch of people took pictures. I mean, Ted Ray took pictures of his shark like crazy because he was in charge of the mechanical stuff. The little shark, the baby shark. He wasn't very big. The post production, the shooting of the models were incredibly beautiful. It was really something. I mean, even the whole flora on the floor and with the smoke, I mean, some didn't even survive this whole thing because it was really tough on our lungs and our health. But the result was beautiful. And then we were invited to go and see like a preview or something. And we got out so upset. I mean, how could they do something that bad? And I don't know why, but I mean, maybe the green screen, everything was like off. The shooting and the models were beautiful and great. But then something happened. But that has to do with money and politics, as usual. It always fucks up everything. And I'm so sorry because when we saw it, we were so desperate. I think that we went apart. We never talked about it again. It was really frustrating because I mean, all the effort and the love and the in the making, and then the result. I mean, even for Chokominsky, I mean, because it's always like the end tail of any project. Anything artistic gets paid the less when we actually need the more. We spend day and night to be able to do that. And then they fuck it up in the editing room and not doing the right thing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, too bad.